Yesterday was an exciting day and we had a big announcement. So can you tell us a little bit about what Housing Boston 2020 is actually going to accomplish?
Sure. Housing Boston 2020 is a very comprehensive housing strategy that's going to guide the city's actions for the rest of this decade. It's going to set goals to create market rate housing and serve the demographic, a young and an aging and a workforce demographic. It's going to create housing for the middle class, and it's going to continue our mission to create more housing and preserve housing for low-income households.
Great. So what do you think, as Chief of Housing and Head of D&D, what do you think is the most exciting part of this plan?
Well, I think in the past we've put out numerical goals and we've met them and we've done a great job doing that. This plan is more nuanced. We're really looking at the demographic and saying, how do we have housing policy, actions and programs that are going to serve everyone that's living in Boston?
Great. What do you think is going to be the most challenging part about actually executing on this?
Sure. It's the market. The market will want to build and create the most profit. So we're going to have to work very closely with the development community and really influence the type of housing that they're building. And we need a lot of resources to build affordable housing both for low-income households and the middle class. And in this environment where the federal government is cutting back on resources, it's going to be challenging, and we're going to have to really become very self-reliant.
So where do you see D&D in doing all of this? I mean, we are the housing agency, but really, what can we do?
D&D is going to be the glue. I really believe in this housing policy. We're going to be working with the Boston Redevelopment Authority and the BHA and ISD to ensure that all the components of this housing strategy get met. And we're the keeper of the data, and I really believe we're one of the leaders in housing policy for the city of Boston.
So, can we really build 30,000 units by 2020?
I think we can. We're off to a strong start. We have in construction or permitted or certainly under review about 18,000 units right now, and we've got a healthy pipeline, and if the economy remains somewhat strong, we'll realize the goal.
So what does Housing Boston 2020 mean for people who work here at D&D?
It means we're going to be really busy, but I think these plans have always been good for us. We have historically really risen to the challenge, and especially when we know that the city of Boston needs us to. So I think it's going to be an exciting time, and I think it's going to be a time where we're all going to try new things and do more of what we do best.